You're watching The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales. Streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hey, Bubs. Welcome to West Coast Comics. I'm your host, the Beard Vereen, and I'm joined by...
the confused guy.
That's right. I think somebody missed the memo about showing up in costume, Bub.
I'm dressed as a functional adult.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Hang on, I got to put on my geek glasses or else I can't see.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
it's
this
like
is me. That's me.
You know.
Happy spooky season. Happy Halloween to everybody. I am low rent Wolverine, Cyclops hating. Yeah. Best I can do without a mask. We have a very, 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 very appropriate spooky season show for everybody tonight. The primary thing we're going to be doing is we are going to be looking at, I've counted, it's close to 100 classic Halloween spooky season covers. So it's horror vintage stuff, horror modern covers, sexy Halloween covers, you name it, we've got it. So that's the primary thing we're doing is, Bigby put together a list. He put together a great list, I might add. I put together an okay list, and we'll go through ours and kind of compare. Some of these are kind of in order. Some of them are in kind of no particular order, but it should be a lot of fun. So first thing we always want to do when we jump into the live stream is we'll say hello to everybody who is nice enough to join the show. We got GT Key Comic, loving it, loving it. Richard is pulling up silver medal yet again, but hey, you know what? There's always next week. There's always next week, Richard. And then Renegade's coming up in bronze. Hey, bronze is not such a bad place to be in. Let me tell you. Christina's here. Hey, what's up, Christina? Glad you can make the show. Happy to have you here. Hopefully we can entertain you a little bit tonight. I know you were going through some stuff. Lyle, hey, great to see you, Lyle. Thanks for being here. Love it. Love the emoji. And then we've got Eddie, what's up? Happy Halloween to you, Eddie. Happy Halloween. This is our last show before Halloween, so we had to really kind of do our best here to kind of do spooky season. Collecting Casually, what's up, everybody? Hey, how's it going? Two of the best in the thumbnail. Yeah, you're 100% correct. 100%.
Right.
Yeah, they appear on lists. Let's put it that way. What's up, S-Von82? How's it going? Happy Halloween to you as well. Eddie Von B holding it down. Thanks for being here. So that's everybody sitting here. Well, if you come in later, we'll at least highlight your comments if we're chatting and let you know that we definitely see you. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you chatting. We appreciate you watching on the rewind. The very first thing that we've been doing recently is talking about Heroes for Heroes, which is an event that's coming up on November 16th is the main auction. We're still holding it at the 525. So I'll just paste the link in the chat. I don't need to show the 525 for everybody, but I'll paste that link in the chat. So if you want to go check it out, if you want to go give a donation, you can do that. I do want to show off a couple of the items that came in this week, though. Do you want to see these, Big B?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. I am saving that one for last. We had a few good comics coming from Time Pals podcast. They've been an awesome partner in helping us out. So the Time Pals podcast, go check them out. Instagram, YouTube. Let me make myself the large screen here. My camera's wanting to do a lot of white balancing, so apologies if it gets a little washed out. But we got the Tales of Teen Titans. Which number is that again? That's number 43. It's part of the Judas Contract series. Kind of a key book there too.
Precursor to Nightwing, right?
Yeah, and it's funny because they actually don't list it on the CGC label. I thought that was kind of interesting. But yes, it's when Dick Grayson finally becomes Nightwing, right?
He's Nightwing next issue, I believe.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. But yeah, kind of a key book, classic run there. Definitely a good one and high grade to have. He sent this, which I love these. I think DC Universe logos are really cool. He sent in one of the original 2-packs, which, there's actually a few different ways you could get them, but This was one of the original. Pulling on the wrong thing there. I have it in a bag of boards to kind of help protect a little bit more. Still has the Toys R Us logo on it, or the sticker. I mean, right there. So minimum $3 value. So we're gonna do a $3 start on that.
So right there, baby.
Yeah. So you get issue that's 53, but you also, this is the really cool one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Logo. Hell yeah, exactly. Yeah. Destruction of
Coast City.
Yeah, which is very appropriate for Best Coast Comics. Yeah, I love that cover. Great key issue there too. So that's really cool. And then got some. I don't think I showed these yet. There's 3 J. Scott Campbell signed X-Men Black slabs. So this one's an 8.5, but you can see that gold signature there. J. Nice. Scott Campbell's cover and signature. X-Men Black Mojo #1. And then Magneto. This is a 9.6 X-Men Black Magneto with that J. Scott Campbell sig. I love that cover.
That's so cool.
I'll kind of let you shine the signature there a little bit, then I'll show you the cover without the glare. And then, not to be outdone, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. 9.8 on that one, by the way. That one, if I'm not mistaken, it's a black signature on the bottom there, but you do get the 9.8. All those are, yeah.
I love that.
So very cool. And then we had anonymous viewer sent this in. They wanted their donation to remain anonymous, but they are a veteran. I will say that much. Oh, yeah, really getting. That's weird. That's doing that. Sorry about that. But yeah, they're a veteran. So I thought that was really cool that they decided to send in a couple donations as well. This is a Frank Cho wraparound cover.
Wow.
So, I mean, you can kind of see the wrap there. 9.8. So, and that's volume 5, #1.
Very cool. Is that a variant on the Cho one, or? I'm pretty sure it is. It's Frank Cho cover wrapper. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Dynamite, no stranger to doing the variant covers. As viewers, I didn't say at the beginning, we are streaming over on Big B's channel, my channel, and over on the EXP, which you see a lot of Dynamite content on the EXP. By the way, Big B, didn't you have something happen recently on your channel you wanted to mention? Oh yeah, since I got monetized, I actually have channel memberships available now. So
congrats.
We're doing something kind of similar to what Bronze does, and we'll do a monthly deal. So don't know how much I can talk about that, but watch for announcements on my channel. I'll do an announcement with more of that. But yeah, and thanks I've already got a couple people who've signed up. So thanks to the people who signed up. And
that's cool.
And we'll just say odds will be good because we're just starting out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, definitely go check out Big B's channel to become a member over there. If the paid membership helps support him, he just got monetized. That's an awesome thing to do. And sounds like there's gonna be some pretty cool perks that come along with that. So, and while you're over there, go sub him up and go sub up over on the EXP as well.
You can find the membership on the community tab is the easiest place to find it.
For sure. The next 3 donations are pretty cool. They come actually from an author, kind of, I guess, think it's safe to say a fantasy author, urban fantasy, Ben Zackheim. And he sent in Star Wars The High Republic #1 and a 9.8. That's the A cover there. That's really cool.
Multiple appearances in that book.
Oh, yeah. Tons of Jedi, tons of characters. And then he also sent in this Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect #1, so first Maestro.
Very
and that's a 9.8 as well. I hid the grade, but yeah, that's
and
definitely not one you see in a 9.8 very often.
George Perez goodness.
Yeah. Yep. That's really cool. And then he sent in
Perez.
So I didn't want to bury the lead here, but he also sent in the biggest book we've received so far. So in your minds,
we got some big books already.
We got some big books. I think this is the biggest book on the docket. Everybody ready? In the chat, throw us a guess of what you think this could be. It's a modern Grail key book. first appearance. So I'm curious.
I have no idea what it is. Can I make a guess?
Sure.
I'm going to say UF4.
UF4. That's a really, really close guess. I would say this is kind of in that same tier of books, basically the same strata.
We'll see.
Ooh, Spider-Gwen. Yeah. Okay. Maybe a different publisher. Maybe it's the first appearance of Harley Quinn.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we really want to thank Ben for sending that in. It is a very nice presenting copy. It is not perfect. He had it like a VG. I think it's probably kind of more in the VF camp. I don't know how well this will focus, but that corner right there, you can kind of see that's the worst thing on the book. But other than that, it's a nice looking book.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
So,
hey, who doesn't want that book in their collection though? I mean,
yeah. Lyle says absolute Batman.
I heard that Wonder Woman is going bonkers too.
Yeah. And I think I stupidly didn't. I have a couple of copies of Absolute Batman #1 coming, and I like the first issue. I can't wait to read more of it. I think I totally spaced out and forgot to get any of the Absolute Wonder Woman, which I really wanted to get, like the Jim Lee. But yeah, oh well.
Yeah, I heard some reviews, and they said they liked Wonder Woman. They liked Batman, but they liked Wonder Woman even better.
Well, you know, she's real nice, bub.
I love the little bub under your name, by the way.
Oh, I guess I don't need to be the large camera there anymore. Yeah, so those were some amazing donations that came in.
Great.
Chip Zdarsky's Spider-Man piece, I believe, is en route. We're working on having Mission 22 themselves on as a guest. It's going to be kind of when Big B would be at work, so it's probably just going to be me interviewing their community outreach coordinator. Probably like a late morning show, so that should be really fun. And we're working on getting Mark Bagley on because he donated his sketch too. So definitely going to have a lot of fun stuff coming on. Well, yeah, still at shops, especially probably in New York, but not probably around me.
Some people I was watching said they had slot at shows this weekend for $15.
Yeah. So yep, I've kind of said I'm a little bit in a wasteland. It's not like a barren wasteland, but the shops that are around me probably won't have it.
We still need to do that episode about.
Yeah, we do. We have a common link.
Cell phones.
Maybe I could ask Comics Limited. Maybe he was lucky enough to secure an extra copy or something.
Or you want? He's got some good connections.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, cool. I mean, if you're willing, shoot me a DM, because I definitely wanted to get a copy just to have for the collection, and I'm totally fine reading the rest of them digitally. But if you know where, let me know, and then I'll let my Discord know after I order, so some other people can get some copies. If you want, that's up to you, obviously. But thanks for letting me know about that, Lisa. Always appreciate it. Hello, by the way, and happy Halloween. So I think we should do the Halloween cover stuff first, because we don't have a lot of news this week. And this could take a massive amount of the show.
I think it's going to be really fun. I think next year we should probably do like a lead up to, maybe do like 10 or 15 covers a show, like the 3 weeks before or whatever. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I think that I had a lot of fun putting together my list, or my vintage list is really good. My other stuff, I was really kind of. Bronze was watching me have a meltdown on my cell phone this morning, like bemoaning how many great creators I just totally,
it's fine. I mean, there's what I was discovering is, like, over the last few days as I was digging through stuff, I'm like, I had some stuff that was in my head. I'm just like, well, that's going in, but I wanted to kind of look at, some other stuff out there, and I was looking around. And I was like, man, there's some stuff here that I totally did not think about or remember. And I'm glad that I would spend some time looking, because there's a lot more out there. Let me present this here real fast. So for those of you that didn't hear what we're doing in the show, a lot of this show is going to be talking about our favorite horror and Halloween covers, you know, spooky season coming up, talking about why we love some of this stuff and what it means to us. I will tell you in advance, for some of the stuff, maybe if we'd had a lot more time, we could have found better images. Some of the stuff's a little blurry because some of it's real vintage stuff where it's hard to find good cover scans sometimes. And, you know, there's like some My Comic Shop and Key Collector scans and stuff we have in here just because good luck finding some of it, or at least, you know, at least I wasn't successful at it for a few of mine.
We next year will be a little more on top of it.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Matt from Pop Sequentialism's in the house. I have a tattoo of that Stevens 3D cover. Dude, that's awesome. I didn't know you had that tattoo. You have to send me a picture of it sometime. If assuming the A, you're willing to do that, and B, it's one that you feel comfortable sharing. No, Matt's an awesome guy. I always love talking to him. He's got some really interesting takes on everything, and knows a ton about comic history and comic art. So cool dude. Let's start off with, I'm going to pull up a Bigby's vintage list, starting with his, yours were in order, right?
Yeah, I did them in order.
Okay.
And I've got like some notes here about who's what. So this is my, my honorable mention out of my top 10. So Super Mystery, I just love that. Whoop.
Sorry, I'm trying to make this like, nope, that doesn't do it. I was trying to make the screen bigger there. Sorry.
Well, kind of. That works, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a giant paper cutter sort of guillotine thing. Just kind of pretty horrific in its, yeah. So, great comic. It is by Ace Publications from 1943. Louis Verstadt. F-E-R-S-T-A-D-T. Verstadt.
Right on.
So, yeah. So, pretty cool book.
Hey, and it's got 16 extra pages, so you're getting that value.
Look at the guy skewered in the background.
Let me see. Some of these, I know it's going to be tedious to like zoom into all these and everything, but I'll kind of just
hang in there
watching the phones. Hey, what's up, Son of Crom? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. We're talking about some of our favorite Halloween spooky horror covers. This was Bigby's honorable mention, so let's move on. I hope I did this in the right order. I believe this is number 10.
Yeah, Worlds of Fear. I love that cover. The guy's got no eyes, and everything is eyes all around him. Just it's very freaky. Norman Saunders cover by Fawcett from 1953. Just one, yeah, great horror cover. Stories of weird adventure. So that's Worlds of Fear number 10.
I guess you better watch out.
Or well, he can't really. I think somebody stole his ability to watch out.
Well, I'll keep an eye on him. All right, here's number 9.
Number 9, astonishing number 30 from 1954 by Atlas. Joe Manili cover. The first few times I saw this cover back in the day, I couldn't tell if that guy was being disintegrated or raised from the dead.
Sorry.
Well,
spoilers.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so you got some sort of outside force, extraterrestrial possibly, raising this dude from the grave. Yeah.
That's a cool one. I hadn't seen this one before. I really was happy to see this. So, spoiler alert for real. I am not a very big like golden age guru kind of guy. I don't know a lot about some of these pre-code horror books. It's an area that I just never had much exposure to. So it was really fun doing this and seeing some of Bigby's picks and kind of.
And so until you start looking at the price tags, you're like, oh God.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's see a commentary on that one. But yeah, it's an early Atlas, Atlas, the company that became Marvel. So and Joe Manili.
Nice.
Tomb of
Terror.
So I found out that I love Lee Elias artwork apparently because a bunch of the other ones from here on out are going to be Lee Elias. But so Tomb of Terror number 16, 1954 from Harvey. Also, apparently, I love Harvey horror comics because I didn't realize how many of the great horror books, pre-code horror books, were Harvey books.
Yeah.
So
Tomb of Terror number 16, 1954. Harvey Lee Elias cover. I just love the artwork. There's a lot of covers in the Golden Age, the pre-code horror, that have to do with drowning, or and they show that above and below the waterline kind of artwork. But I just think that one's a great one with the zombie there strangling the guy, and the zombie doesn't have to worry about breathing, right?
Yeah, he's good to go. He could be there all day. Submission by sleeper hold there for sure.
Right. You got the girl in the red dress in the background. And feel free, anything you have to say about them, Bronx.
No, for sure. So it's funny. I came across a lot of the same ones, and I was looking at them earlier too. And you'll see a couple. We'll share them. But yeah, this was one that was kind of on my honorable mentions. I ended up with way too many.
It was hard to make cuts. I was like, okay, well, I really went kind of with what appealed to me the most.
Yeah.
So.
And you really love drowning people. I mean, that's just why. If there's one thing I know about you.
Well, shh. Down low.
I love this one because it's kind of a twofer.
Yeah. So this one how often do you get a book that you could use for Christmas covers and Halloween covers?
Yep.
Apparently also I love Johnny Craig. Love his artwork. And that one I just love the motion, the anticipation and the motion. It's just like, you've got that whole he's got the posing is just so good. And tells the entire story there. So just an amazing cover. So that is Vault of Horror number 35 from 1954. EC Comics, Johnny Craig. A lot of these you're going to see are right in that 1954, 53, 54, which is like, they were really pushing the envelope, and that's why it all came crashing down.
Yeah. No, this is a real cool one that I absolutely I dug it a lot. I can't. So it's kind of blurry there. Is that just design on the tag? I know it says Merry Christmas, but is it signed?
To my something, to my, I can't remember what the rest
to
is.
My wife, I think maybe. Okay.
Merry Christmas to my wife, and he's gifted her a casket. So when we do Christmas covers, I'll just pull this one back out for Christmas next time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we'll definitely do something about this, like along these lines for Christmas. All right, number 5.
Witch's Tales, also from Harvey, from 1951. Howard Nostrum cover, and issue number 35. Harvey again, like you're saying, how crazy that they pivoted to. Harvey was the people who were doing like Richie Rich and
like Dennis the Menace and stuff, right?
Rich and but this is the kind of stuff they were doing back in the day.
By the way, if you're watching on the West Coast, this is like 3 minutes away, so we'll find out real fast.
I just noticed the witch. Oh, that's the witch in the logo. I was like, "There's a witch in the background." It's in the logo.
Yeah,
so, and then the cat there. That's cool. Or is it a rat? It's like a rat. But yeah, love the guys. You can just imagine the sound that head would make clanking around in that bell. Instead of a clapper.
Mr. Nope talking about, I think about League of Comic Geeks, which is a very, very handy website. I use it all the time. I used it a lot for the research on this video. Ted says, I wish I could remember this anthology comic from the early 80s. An artist paints a demon that comes alive. Freaked me out. I don't know. I can't pull it, Ted, but I bet you, if anything, somebody in the chat or somebody in the comments after the stream will probably know.
It might be one of the ones that we have coming up.
You never know.
Some anthology stuff from the 80s coming up. So
Casper was the great gateway drug to Harvey. I love it.
That artwork, I love the detail and the perspective and everything. It's amazing.
Yeah. So this one, are they pirates? I'm not really sure.
I think he's just a guy in the like the bell tower. He's just ringing.
Oh, it's a bell. Okay, I didn't know if it was like the like on a mast on a ship or something like that. So I guess this is completely unrelated. There's some really great like pirate horror like style like sea C Comics. I don't know why. I just assumed they were at C. That's totally my bad.
Mics and stuff, maybe, and you're thinking like a mask. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love the perspective on this cover either way. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
Chamber of Chills, number 23.
Probably top 5 for most people. From
Harvey again. And Chamber of Chills 23, Lee Elias again. So that's when I started writing down. I'm like, Lee Elias again? I'm like, wait, Lee Elias again? I'm like, wow, okay. So apparently I'm a Lee Elias fan. But yeah, I just love that cover with the give me a kiss, baby.
There you go, Ted. See if that one rings a bell. Demon with a glass hand. Hey, John, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We're doing our favorite horror and Halloween related covers. This is Big B's list. Got a couple more left to go. I mean, this is when I think like this era of horror comic. I mean, there's 2 covers from Chamber of Chills that pop in everybody's mind. One of them's on the thumbnail. One of them's this one.
Right.
Yeah.
I just love that one. That's it. And again, so much like action and detail. And
yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The rumpling of the clothing and everything's just great.
Yeah.
Hey, Venus. Another give me a kiss, baby. Give me a kiss, baby.
The kiss of death.
Right. So we got Venus number 19, Bill Everett cover from 1952 from Atlas Comics. So very cool cover, another big classic.
Yeah.
I mean, I get maybe the face might have tricked her, but I mean, the hands.
He had skin gloves before that, so he had to take those out.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I like to think this is the inspiration for Face Off.
There you go. I love the sculptures in the background too.
Mm-hmm.
3 guys huddled in the corner.
Yeah.
Much.
I'm your Venus. Nobody wants to hear me sing. That's cool. Yeah, it's great. That's great. Yeah. Classic.
Hey kids, don't play with uranium.
Radium.
Yeah, the radium. That's it, radium. It comes in the Cracker Jack boxes. Just don't play with it, right? So
some of that white heat.
Yeah, Black Cat Mystery number 50. Lee Elias. 1954. Harvey.
Yep.
So, yeah, I just love you could just feel the terror and oh my god on his face, as he's disintegrating. It's like
he can't feel his face, but you can feel it. Yeah.
There's a song, right? I can feel my face.
Yeah. The Weekend makes a rare appearance.
Yeah,
I love The Weekend.
I mean, that covers, horrifying, but great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. There you go. See, I'm so glad Matt's here. Like he's just coming in with
is the fantastic there with the guy's face is exploding and it's got the gear. It looks. I'm like, is he a robot or is he the gear coming out of the explosion? But yeah, that one almost made my list.
Wow, I didn't know the Black Cat 50 cover art sold for $700K this summer. That actually seems a little low almost, but that's crazy.
Right.
That's an insane amount of money, but yeah.
Yeah. We love it.
You're my wonder wall. See, nobody wants to hear me sing, especially not a cappella. To 90s rock ballads. So I think we're gonna try to finish out your list, and then
Speaking of Chamber of Chills, Chamber of Chills number 19. What's the artist, Bronze? Is it Lee Elias? It's Lee Elias.
Might be coming in to round out the list of the Eliases.
Lee Elias, Harvey, 1953, Chamber of Chills. This is a super famous cover, amazing artwork. And that one is what's the band that had the one that image on the cover? That's what made it so famous.
Oh, I don't.
The Misfits.
That could be. I could see that.
I think it was the Misfits had that artwork on the one of their album covers, and so
yeah, okay.
So that made it even more famous. But just that cover is, oh my God, just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like the quintessential pre-code horror book, basically.
I saw a parody of that somebody had done where it was olive oil, and then it was Popeye's hand. He has little sailor cufflinks on the.
Looking through a can of spinach, like a see-through can of spinach or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's pretty funny. But same thing though.
Yeah, that's great.
It was a hard choice between that one and my number one.
I'm amazed this didn't land on number one, but I can't wait to see it. Boom. No surprise.
Crime Suspense Stories number 22 from EC Comics. The book that brought it all crashing down.
Yeah.
1954, Johnny Craig again, and homaged God knows how many times. That picture is really good because that is the file copy of William H. Gaines. So,
oh, right on.
So I think it's a 9.4 file copy.
Wow. So is that the one he brought to court?
I don't know. Yeah, he didn't do himself any favors in court. They were asking him if he thought that he had pushed it too far. He said, "Oh no, we could have made it even worse. The blood is black. We could have made it red."
I mean, in a way, though, like by today's standards, you think about it. Wow, that's great. I mean, so my favorite homage to this has to be the Wolverine Sabretooth cover.
What actually happens in that issue? I don't know if you know.
Yeah. The beheading.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why it's such it's not just a throwaway homage. Right. But yeah, it's classic. I actually left this one off my list just because I know it's most people's number one, and I totally understand why. But I was finding too much other fun stuff, and I already knew you had it on yours, so I was willing to leave it off. But
and start so you could what to pick around.
Well, I mean, and like I said, there's a couple that I had locked in before I even had seen yours, so I was like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna have a couple of the same. But that was a fantastic list, man. Good job on that.
That one was pretty good. The rest of my lists are like kind of scatterbrained, but like I said, I was going crazy today on the phone with Bronze, like, oh my God, I missed I forgot that too. Please put it on your list.
And I was like, no. I made a couple honorable mention pulls just for him. But just a really good job there picking your books, man. I definitely appreciated that. So before we dive into the Bronze vintage list, do want to take a second to I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show that we are streaming over on the EXP, which if you're not familiar with EXP, it's the experience on YouTube. They're also on Facebook. They're on Twitch. They're on X. They're on Instagram. I'm getting really bright again. That's how bright the EXP is. I just want to take a second to talk about what's going on over at the EXP. One thing that I wanted to point out is they're 10 subs away from 3,000 subscribers, which is a nice landmark. If you're familiar with what Kyle, the producer from the EXP, used to talk about with me on the Devil's Advocates, the higher subscribers they get, the more content they get freed up to do. So they have milestones in place, and it kind of unlocks new content that they want to put out on the channel because they just kind of have benchmarks. We're like, hey, we get to this many subscribers, we can unleash this. So definitely go sub them up. One thing I wanted to mention is one of actually the producers that's on our show right now is going to be on a show tomorrow at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. That's Jay, by the way. If you don't know Jay, he's in the chat as well. He's going to be on Minute to Skim It, which is a really fantastic show I recommend checking out. Minute to Skim It is basically like, when you read like the capsule or synopsis reviews on like a TV show or a movie, like on IMDb, it's kind of like that. They quickly skim through all the new releases that they want to check out in a given week, and they talk about a bunch of them, taking turns with a Jen from Space Cadet, who's on there as well as Kyle. And definitely recommend going and checking out that show. It's a really fantastic watch if you want to learn about some of the new releases without having to watch like a really long, drawn out review video. You just want to kind of quickly hear about, was it good? Was it fun? Should you keep reading it? It's a really good way to do that. So highly recommend checking it out.
Jay.
They review, he just rambles and talks about the pretty art. Well, the pretty art is part of it. I mean, I would argue probably 90% of the people watching this right now are cover buyers anyway. So there you go. I could say that pretty confidently because I've been around comic books enough to know that's pretty much true for most people. What's inside has to be good after that, but that's still how it usually works. Why is that?
See what you're coming at it from a fresh perspective, like what your picks were for vintage.
Oh, cool. I'm excited to show them. If I can get my, there we go. For some reason, StreamYard wasn't recognizing my list. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
So full disclosure, as I mentioned before, I am far from an expert on this era of comic books. I just much like Jay, I just go with my eyes. I give it the eye test. So I look through a lot of lists of comic books from that era. This is Maurice Whitman, great cover, Ghost Comics 3 from 1952. I just thought it was the use of color, especially this is a really nice scan, but been a really nice copy to scan from.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the color. I mean, the composition with the levels of the layers of detail kind of reminds me of some kind of more modern digital art, but really the digital art reminds me of this. I'm just saying it's composed really well, but very cool. Very cool. I know nothing about the guts.
Controlling her. He's making an X on her forehead with his finger.
Right. I mean, and I love how the flashlight is just like kind of perfectly framing. And then there's the X there. It's all good. It's all good. So
it looks like the condition on that book is fabulous too.
I know. Yeah, and that's part of it. Some of these you find the cover and you really like it, and then you try to find like a good image to represent it, and it's like, unless you're just straight up showing somebody's listing for a really nice copy, it's really hard to show it. Didn't do it justice.
That's
my honorable mention. Before I get to number 10, which I'm going to start with Bob Larkin, Marvel Preview number 7 from 1977. Marvel Preview presents Satana. This is from Marvel, so it's a very, very nice kind of render digital copy scan. That's why it doesn't have the barcode box or anything like that, but just a really cool cover. You do have like still plenty of the gore for people that are into it. A little bit later into what we considered the vintage era, so I almost moved it away from vintage, but I just loved it too much. This is one of the covers.
I felt bad because I skipped silver and bronze really completely, and so that was.
And that's why I kind of went back and grabbed some of those, because I was like, all right, well, first of all, it's the stuff I know a little bit more, right. But I knew we had such good representation on that end of things. So
that one is also important for another reason. Do you know what the other reason is for that one? It's the first appearance of Rocket Raccoon.
Oh, right. In a magazine, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Rocky Raccoon, but
yeah,
Rocket Raccoon. So.
Yeah, for sure. I just love it.
I'm looking for a nice copy of that one.
Yeah. Man, if I found a copy that looked this good, I'd be super. My next one, I had to, I'm a Marvel guy. I had to do my best to get some Marvel books in here. This is, again, kind of near the end of what I would consider the vintage. We kind of called 1980 and older the vintage comics.
Right.
I just, this is maybe not as good of a actually scary cover, but I mean, to get, all these characters on the same cover, the Legion of Monsters is just classic, great stuff. It reminds me of like the Monster Squad or all these great, things. Yeah, it's cool.
I love that Ghost Rider is the one telling them all to stay back.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider's scared.
But like Ringside saying, my lady and I love these Marvel horror books, good stuff. This is absolutely like the epitome of like Marvel, kind of Bronze Age horror to me. Just this kind of stuff. Love it. Tarot Witch of the Black Rose, definitely one
in the modern.
Yeah. Yep. Had to go with this one, Bernie Wrightson.
Love that.
Secrets of Haunted House 5. I think this was 1975. Look, jack-o'-lantern, possessed cover. Like, how can you go wrong with that? It kind of speaks for itself. I love it, especially since, to me, like, again, we'll probably do another one of these next year or something like that. This is definitely very Halloween,
Right. So I got a Wrightson jack-o'-lantern cover in a collection just recently.
Here, let me. Oh, wow, that's going to be. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Another distinctively Wrightson jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah. Nice. Let's see. That and do that.
I ruined your whole thing.
No. It's just, it's a little unwieldy in my opinion to like kind of properly switch to who's the larger and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Maybe there's a smoother way to do it. I just don't know.
That was a great cover though. I love the light coming across the.
Yeah, it's like a very dark cover, but then still has good lighting too. But it's got to be a pain in the butt to look for a high quality. You can just see all the ticks on the black cover. This is I grabbed a digital scan of this. Should have just pulled my copy out and taken a photo. But look, I'd said I'm a Marvel person. I'm particularly an X-Men person. So you get, the monster, Frankenstein's monster on the cover of X-Men 40. I showed this comic off when I turned 40. I bought a mid-grade copy of it. Love this book. You can't go wrong with the classic X-Men and crossover.
Frankenstein in Marvel too, right?
Yeah, it is. It's like a relatively good key on its own, as well as being some Silver Age Marvel goodness or X-Men goodness.
Right.
So, but yeah, very good. Oh, I guess I should say it's George Tuska on this one too as well. I forgot to mention the artist, 1968.
Right.
So yeah, hey, Chamber of Chills coming back, making another appearance. Lee Elias is going to be undisputed champ on this list by the time we're done. That's why I already kind of said what I had to say about this one. It's just fantastic. It's fantastic. The two Chambers of Chills covers are just.
He was before his time, I tell you. Like his artwork is just amazing.
Yeah. I love this one. This is Johnny Craig, Vault of Horror 16 from 1950. Just the use of composition, I guess, really for the lighting is just perfect to me.
I love that it's not a solid black too. It's like all masked line.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah. So I really dug this.
Other like issues that are going to be a beast to get in high grade. Look at that, all that. Black.
Nigh impossible. But hey, this actually looked like it was a pretty nice copy. Yeah. I saw one that was way
underrepresented on our list. That's for sure.
Yeah. Love that one. Had to get some Frazetta on here.
That's amazing.
Yeah. This is really fun. I wish I could have found a clearer image of it because it's definitely a little grainy on the photo. But this is just some gorgeous stuff. I know this is from Creepy. There's a whole Dracula versus Wolfman arc that I haven't read in Creepy that this is part of. I know it's collected with some of the gorgeous Frazetta wraparound cover too that I've seen. I don't know if he did that cover just for the collection or if it appears somewhere in one of these magazines, but there's also some fantastic art just associated with the collection too. but I love Wolfman, always kind of, been into the werewolves and Wolfman, and this is just Frazetta goodness.
Well, yeah, it's your family tree, so.
Yeah, well, it's true. Yeah. Everyone thought Sasquatch. No, Wolfman.
Frank Cho would approve of that cover.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool stuff. Love that.
Speaking of legends, had to go with Neil Adams here. Absolute fantastic. House of Secrets 88. Painted cover, just I think haunting is probably the right, best way to put it. So,
a book that probably is not going to be on either one of our lists is that the Batman cover with the castle, where he's over the castle. Yeah, that would be a great one too.
I don't know why I'm getting that exposure. Sorry about that. I'm apparently turning into a ghost. That's what's happening.
Apparently, so many bright ideas.
By the way, this is another one that it was almost impossible to find like a high quality scan of, which makes me think the quality on this one has to be pretty abysmal out there in the wild.
Those secrets from that era are really starting to jack way up in value.
Yeah, makes sense. That's just the bronze Ghosterine. Love it. So I got two more left here. We'll go with another House of Secrets cover.
Well, that's a great one. There we go.
Yeah, Jack Adler. Bernie Wrightson. I have the wrong note on here. It kind of threw me off for a second. But yeah, this is just, to me, this is what like horror comics are all about. Like just the setting here, and you can see like the moment before the reveal, the suspense there, just perfect.
Which Marvel bullpen gal is that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we'll be schooled in a second here in the chat.
Wow, somebody's gonna say it.
Not Louise Simonson, right?
It might be. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Somebody will say it in the chat. I'm sure. It's a Marvel bullpen gal who became a very important writer and everything later on in her own right. But early on, she posed for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wheezy.
There you go.
Very Wheezy cool.
Who later on became Louise Simonson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's such a cool cover. I love it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my number one vintage, I had to go Chamber of Chills. Maura Lee Elias, taking basically the gold medal if you average both of our scores, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, again, not, apologies for not being super expert on these. Like I said, a lot of them are just things I appreciate for the art, and some of them were covers I kind of saw for the first time in years today when I was looking around. I was like, oh yeah, I've always liked that cover, so I threw it on the list.
A lot of my modern stuff, I'm probably not gonna be able to tell you who the artist is. I was just like, that's a great cover. I was like, I didn't have any info on it.
For sure. No, yeah, it's tough. But yeah, so we have two more ordered lists to show. Should we go straight to modern, or should we take a detour to the spicier, sexier side of comic books?
Let's give like 30 seconds so people can chime in.
Okay, so we have a sexy covers kind of collection, and then we have like the modern, every 1980 and later collection of covers. We're gonna go through both. Just let us know which one you want to see first. Yeah. What I wish I had done now is I had like alternated yours and my pick, so we could like go back to back. Like, here's my 8, here's your 8, here's my 7, here's your 7. That would be fun. I didn't think about that.
By the way, though, great job. I love seeing your take on it.
Well, it's the same, dude. Like, I think you had some deeper pulls, or some probably more, but in a way, probably more iconic covers. But yeah, we got girls, all of them.
All of them. Well, only boat we've got so far is girls. I guess we go with the ladies.
Okay. Watch the next 10 are like modern.
Right.
Sexy. Well, there we go. It's becoming official. All right, let me pull up your list. This one, I hope it wasn't in specific order because I just put it in the order you put it into our chat.
It wasn't in any specific order. It was just like,
okay.
Oh, these are good. So.
Whoa, that is a weird format. Let me fix that. Super wide. Okay.
Hey, we don't discriminate.
Wide covers need love too.
Thick. It's called thick bronze.
Oh yeah, okay. I see how it is. What's it? You put a free comic on this? No, I'm just kidding.
I was surprised how kind of spicy that was for an Archie comic. I was like,
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, that's a lot of that's a high slit on that dress.
And a lot of cleavage showing.
No, that's true too. That's true too. I was drawn by a hack though.
A valuable book or anything? Yeah,
what a hack!
What a hack! But actually, really beautiful cover.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of almost Mignola-esque in the composition. But yeah, I just thought it was a great art. And by the way, there's some amazing, the Archie horror stuff. They go hard, like in the horror stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of it in some of my stuff I've picked up. I'll have to show you, Bronze, when you come over. There's a ton of really cool covers.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Dynamite, we got Betty Page.
Is that John Royal? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. John Royal, Betty Page. There you go. Big old jack-o'-lantern in the background for the moon. So.
Right. A big old jack-o'-lantern in the background. I gotcha. Yep. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was totally, but my focus was on the jack-o'-lantern in the background.
That's no moon.
No, I think that's a really cool cover.
Yeah.
Just a great rendition of Betty with the garters and the broom and everything. Sweet. Good job on the hat too. Hats are hard to draw.
Yeah. Yep. That's really the feather in the cap of this particular drawing.
Unintended. There's a feather in that hat. I think the composition is great.
The wink.
The little wink and the clouds and everything, just really cool.
No, it's good. I actively avoided this one because it was on your list. This one, I don't think maybe I overlapped one cover because I felt like I had to, but this one I was like, okay.
I skipped a few that I knew you were going to want to do. So I was like,
yeah,
I'm going to skip them. So, yeah. A little vampy, another Dynamite one.
This is great.
Yeah.
Special. Do you know what year this was?
2013.
Okay, 2013. Yeah.
But I don't know who the artist is on that one. But Jesco. And then
I was gonna say it looks painted.
Yeah, Jesco under the right underneath her, right there. The jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, very nice. I'm gonna okay.
I will appreciate your comment and not read it for the class that is this show. Damn it. Oh man, friend of the channel, Ivan Tao, doing some awesome goodness here. This is a brilliant one.
Great Grim Fairy Tales. I actually stole that right off the Instagram.
Nice. No, and this is like a perfect use of his kind of style too. That's great.
It's amazing. Love the most of the time you see where they have the broom, it's all like straight. This was all just like gnarled.
Yeah, I like it. I like the hats all like ripped too and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, just it's a very like almost abstract. Her hair is like, yeah, it's very cool the way that.
Yeah, because the way the like webbing and then the hair kind of almost like. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Lady Death. Right on.
That one's signed. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, a lot of Polito signatures are going to be near the top like that. That's where he always signs.
Right. But
that's the artist signature. I was going to say, okay, who is the artist on that?
Number one. Oh, it's down there in the corner by the My Comic Shop. Is his autograph.
Well, yeah, I was just trying to figure out whose signature that was.
196. 196 is limited to 200 cover. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a beautiful picture of Lady Death there.
Got like some wizard head.
There was some more that were just like, I like that, just like a demure pose. They're not so raunchy.
I went with a raunchier Lady Death cover, but I went with the nice version of it, which is not the version I own. It's one of the few naughty comics I own. Oh, Elias Chatzudis. Okay,
there we go.
I can see that a little bit, but it almost feels like, I don't know. It feels like maybe it's an older Chatzudis then.
Yeah, it's beautiful though. I love the color too. Like the fall colors and everything, amazing. So
very cool.
Amber Ayrton, Nocturnals. That was a cool one. Not so sexy.
Yeah. Not as sexy, but definitely.
I like that sexy scarecrow in the background.
Yeah, there you go. I like the aggressive line work.
No, he's amazing artist. Like,
yeah,
very cool.
I bet we probably missed so many like fan servicey ones, I guess what I'll say.
There's a lot. There was a lot that we could have. There was, like I said, too much good stuff. And David Nakayama, I can see that right there in the background.
Yep, DNA. That's a cool one too. That's a little more than he usually does these days too. I feel like, because usually he's just doing the character. Here you get the that's not even a moon. That's like a window.
I kind of thought it was a moon, but yeah, you're right. It's like a stained glass window.
Interesting. And then the wolf head, obviously, that's cool.
So a Grim Tales of Terror Halloween special. So
love the Zenoscope stuff. Sometimes there's gonna be a few on mine.
Keystone Comic Con limited edition. There we go.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, I love his artwork there. I cheated a little bit on this. This is not actually a comic book, but it is J. Scott Campbell.
One of his like fantasy prints or something.
It is a Fairy Tale Fantasies calendar. That Campbell did. So yeah. But, just love the artwork on that. Thought it was really, really well done.
Yeah. Again, I mean, the calendars and the prints and stuff he did that are associated with these, I love seeing it because I like J. Scott Campbell a lot. He doesn't do as much detail in his drawings anymore, I feel like. But this, you get like all the different monkeys, you got the background, you get some detail in the room, like he's actually filling it out, which I appreciate.
Right. I think that this is a little different. That, like you're saying, like a lot of people say nowadays that Campbell draws everybody the same nowadays, but I think this is more. But this is recent, though, I believe.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's like on these for what, because they're his own stuff, I guess. I don't know, but like he does more. He fills it out more. Like ever since he originally started doing like the fairy tale fantasy stuff, he's kind of kept it consistent in that.
All right. Hey, K-pop. Good to see you.
Okay, let's see. Hey, K-pop, how's it going? I was highlighting your comments while we're talking. Oh, got to get some Zombie Tramp in there.
A little Zombie Tramp.
Love it.
Pumpkin Gets going on there.
Bouquet?
Bouquet. Okay, we're gonna go with Bouquet. But yeah, I thought that was a good one.
I like the gutting of the jack-o'-lantern, the gourd there. You don't see that too often on a comic cover. That's cool.
I was flipping through. I was trying to find something that was Coop that I could put up, but I love Coop stuff.
Right on. And then I believe that's your final entry there, in no particular order.
Another Betty Page.
Yeah.
Jack-o'-lantern, witch hat.
It's got it all going on.
Tombstones, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, just beautiful composition. I love that artwork. It's amazing. Nice. Good list. I appreciate all those covers. I kind of feel like I threw it together kind of slap hazard, but whatever.
I mean, they probably all have stems, Jay. That's all I'm saying.
He's got that one. That lantern has a pretty good smile on him, so
Yeah, I mean, he's got the eyebrows now. He's definitely pleased.
I'm looking forward to seeing, because this is your area of expertise, so I'm looking forward to seeing.
Well, I do have some. So, I took maybe a little more effort on this list than some of the other ones because I have a reputation to uphold. Even though I'm not, it's funny. Like I have a couple of these kinds of covers and stuff, like the full full jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know what else to call it. The full moons. The full moons. But I don't really have a ton of it. But yeah, I'm definitely familiar with a lot of the art. I did want to take a second before I show my list, though. Want to remind everybody, hey, we are doing the ad-free presentations for now. I'm hoping people are enjoying that a little bit more when we're not showing the ad breaks, but I do want to talk about some of the stuff we have going on over on our partner channel over on the EXP, which, by the way, just a few subs away from 3,000 over there. So go hit them up. They also have some great shows. We talked about Minute to Skim It earlier. Another show that I want to remind everybody about is somebody that Bigby and I are both familiar with. James from Mint Hunter Comics does some awesome claim sale shows over there. So you can check out his show at 8 Eastern, 7 Central tomorrow on the EXP. Check him out on Facebook, check him out on Twitch, check him out on X, Instagram, over on the YouTube channel, which the link for that is in the description below. He does some really nice books. Like he'll put up some really nice keys, some stuff you might be looking for. I think he takes some requests too. So he's got an extensive collection now that he's kind of shifted to doing more full-time sales stuff. So definitely go check out all of his stuff. He always has great books to offer.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, well, they were 10 away from 3,000 when we started the show, right? So I'm excited to see where they're at when we're done with the show.
Yeah, it better be closer than 10, folks. Come on. You're gonna, but seriously, you're gonna, they're nice enough to have us on their channel. Obviously, you're gonna love some of the content over there.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Ted. Thanks for stopping in. Make sure if you're interested in some of the rest of the covers, check us on the Rewind.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Steve? How's it going?
Hey.
Long time no talk. I hope you're doing well, sir. So let's see. I got to remove that and then put up my list. 1 second, folks. Okay. Get that a little bit larger. Okay, so my list starts with Zenescope. So the art for this was shown to me a long time before the cover went up, because I know somebody who's familiar with this artist, Marissa Pope, and basically is friends with her, or at least professional acquaintances with her. Unfortunately, this is my honorable mention, because Zenescope. I love a lot of your stuff, but you killed this cover with your trade dress and your it's not even really trade dress. It's your weird like border thing you had to do. Sorry, Zenescope, I'm just being honest. If you would have got rid of this cover would have been a lot better. I mean, it's a great art. It's just unfortunately that kind of obscures the parts of the cover that a lot of people were there to see.
Yeah, for sure.
But Marissa Pope does great stuff. I love her stuff. So she makes the list for sure. Go check her out. I think on her Facebook is probably a good place to follow her for her art. So starting off my list proper, it's funny, these are all for the same issue. This is the John Royal cover. Kind of got like a little bit of a, I like that it's like a moonlit moonbathing, I guess you'd call it, moonlighting.
Right.
But yeah.
Very Campbell-esque. Yeah,
John Royal is just like the Betty Page piece you showed, very Campbell school. But yeah, it does a good job. And then this is Richard Ortiz, who does a lot of Lady Death covers. This is the same issue, so all three of those are from the same issue. Kind of hard to
like that cover. I don't understand.
Well, I really like zombies coming out of water.
Oh, so, that's it.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, I like Richard Ortiz stuff, and a lot of it's probably a little too spicy to show on here. So,
very nice.
And I like the idea of having three covers from the same comic. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Hey, Jay says they're $29.93.
Hey, there we go. So we made some progress. Let's keep it up, everybody.
Let's get them subbed. EXP.
So this is actually a really new comic, and so it's making the list recency bias in full effect here. For those that don't know, Mark Spears is doing this monster series. Just tons of great homage covers on the yeah.
Like that Bride of Frankenstein that he did. Oh
yeah. 100%. But yeah, that was a great cover. Here we go. Here's my Lady Death Halloween special. This is David Harrigan.
See the theme here. I don't know.
Yeah. So I actually like the naughty version of this cover more because it's like orangish red instead of pink. And it's not like full crazy. It's just, a little more risque than this basically, but enough that I didn't want to show it. So that's the cover I have, is the orangish one, but yeah, it's a good one too. David Harrigan does a good job.
Yeah. Nice.
Had to go with Sven Hughes.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Adam Hughes, Vampirella number 11 from, I believe, the original Dynamite volume. I could be mistaken.
How often do you get sensual skeletons? I mean, come on.
I know, right? Yeah, he did a good job on that one.
That is super good.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with Amanda Connor.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. 2006 Amanda Connor. We got the pumpkins cover. That's all I can say. I had to get my pumpkin cover.
We got whole pumpkins earlier. That's right. So
yeah. Yep. And I love the eyes in the background too. They're all pretty happy.
They're all different jack-o'-lantern faces, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Had to. Dave Stevens, Elvira's House of Mystery 11 comic I was lucky enough to pick up earlier this year because it got ridiculous faster than I expected it to. I never expected it to be as crazy as it was.
They blacked out all the pricing and DC logo.
Yeah. It's again, I should have just taken a picture of my copy and put it up here, but I'm too lazy to dig it out. Hey, nice, Eddie. I'm glad you got it, man. That's cool. Yeah, I have luckily most of the desirable Dave Stevens comics except for the 3D Vixens, which is probably, I guess, my Dave Stevens grail at this point. But I've been having to try to scoop up some of the lower hanging fruit ones. This one's starting to move though. This one and the Seduction of the Innocent cover.
Right.
Speaking of which. So this is one that's grown on me a little bit over the while. Like, it wasn't ever my favorite of his, but again, now that I've acquired a lot of his covers, it's kind of, it's like, okay, well, I've almost got to become like a completionist in some ways for his, like, his good girl art covers and stuff. And yeah, but hey, more jack-o'-lanterns, right? So
right. I love the head hiding in the jack-o'-lanterns down there.
Yeah. Good stuff. And then Tim Seeley.
Ooh, love that cover.
Yeah. This is a surprising one out there for people looking for kind of modern, sexy art covers. This one still demands a premium.
Really? So, I got that in the collection. I didn't realize how it's pretty valuable, huh?
Maybe it's just because of the season or something. When I went and looked, I was like, oh wow, it's actually going for more than I expected. I can't remember exactly what, but it was more than I expected. But that's a cover that's kind of always been in my mind.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then last but not least, had to get some more Frazetta on here. I think this is kind of, just thinking about the historical significance of who Vampirella has become in her place in comics. And so many of the covers we talked about tonight and everything already had to have her on there. So yeah. It's a good point, Matt. Good point. No tats. Well, maybe they're all in the front. Who knows, right? Well, next time I talk to Tim, I'll ask him. But yeah, and then this is another one, man. Like, besides just finding like people's listings for sale, good luck finding a nice photo scan of this. I was kind of surprised. But yeah, it's definitely, this is one that I actually would be hunting for real, even though it's a real big boy book, but still, it'd be a fun one to get.
A friend of the channel, Ryan from Automatic Comics, got a collection recently with like a huge run, and that was in it. But real high grade. But the photos didn't do it justice. So they were all in milky, wrinkled up bags. But when he got them in, he was pulling them out, pristine book after pristine book, like
nice,
getting them all slabbed. So
very cool. Well, we have more and more and more to show, so let's move on to the modern books.
We're going modern. I did one that was modern Marvel DC, and then I had the other random hodgepodge. So,
and you actually had. I made an executive decision because we had so many covers. You had one that was like trade and version, and I just showed like the trade dress just so people could see what it was.
That's okay.
But yeah.
Mike Mayhew, first appearance of All Hallows Eve.
Yeah. This is my favorite cover appearance, or favorite cover of hers too. It's really a good one.
Yeah. No, she has had some staying power as far as a character.
Yeah.
Still sticking around. I think it's kind of a cool character.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting power set. Like she has different masks that she wears that give her different powers. So
yeah, I know when she first showed up in solicitations and stuff, I just expected her to be like a female goblin kind of clone almost based on the look, but she actually does have more going on, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that one.
She's kind of a hero too, right? She's not a villain.
More of a little more of an anti-hero kind of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Another really good one.
Usually, Bronze was giving me a hard time. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, oh, All Hallows Eve cover, All Hallows Eve cover. He's like, when you see so many All Hallows Eve covers, you just think about all the great covers you missed.
Well, especially with the one they had the trade and the version, is like that's maybe a lot.
That last Mayhew cover, Pop was asking about. That was actually one of his signed. That's actually a real signature.
Like a glow signature or whatever he calls them.
Yeah, from his to a customer. So
he's one of those guys. Luckily it's an option. He's one of those guys that gives you options on different signatures, Matt. And I did select one of his. He did a Bo-Katan cover, and he did like a black saber style signature on it. And I did that because I thought it looked pretty sick on that cover. So
I'm sure if it was, actually you can see his subdued signature down there in the lower left right there. So.
Yeah, his kind of regular signature. And he'll do like your regular signature too. It's just you get options, and they usually cost a few more. Kind of like Clayton Crane does a bunch, and there's a few other artists that do that too, of course. But yes, classic.
Bill Sienkiewicz. Pronounce it correctly. I don't know.
Sienkiewicz is what I've always understood it to be, but
when I was a kid, we always called him Bill Sienkiewicz.
Mm-hmm.
I know West Coast Avengers, he has a whole slew of, and he has a sticker even that says Sankowitz. But it's a great cover. Sienkiewicz, Storm becoming Bride of Dracula.
Bill Sienkiewicz. I love it. That actually.
There we go. I love it. That's great. I love the look on Colossus's face, but Storm's face in the background is amazing. Just great.
They are terrified. As well, they should be. You know what I really like?
Pretty darn powerful. Now she's a vampire. I mean, come on. I
really like Bloodstorm from Mutant X, like that version of that character where she didn't ever turn back. That was really cool.
Right.
Oh yeah.
They're telling the stories about the heroes, and all the heroes are monsters, scaring the crap out of all the villains.
Here's how this one really goes, folks. And then there were 52 comics. Ooh.
No, I love the way the Flash has the skeleton face, and Batman's the vampire, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the look on Poison Ivy's face there.
Is that
It's a Blue Devil, maybe.
I almost thought it was. Yeah, it's kind of that one. I don't quite understand.
Yeah, Superman there in the background.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what they're trying to. Aquaman is like wearing a hoodie. Like, is that his superpower there?
Some frat boy. I don't know.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool cover. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Long Halloween, right?
Totally. I would have chose this one if I hadn't seen it prominently in your list. I'm like, okay, I'll avoid that one because it's such a good one. And there's also like several of the collected and the reprints and stuff like that have great covers as well. So
right. So great Tim Sale cover. Hey, there's mine with the blacked out logo. But that is DC actually. So
yep, DC. Very cool. Yeah, can't say enough good things about this.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
Oh yeah.
Going back, this is the new series, right? The last Halloween.
This says Long Halloween #2.
Yeah, this is the this is no Long Halloween. Underneath this is the last Halloween. I think it's the.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're totally right. You're totally right. I've only the only way I've read Long Halloween. I have issue 1, and I have like the collected blue Batman cover where he's got like the calendar days or whatever falling in front of him. I've never collected it.
Is it Campbell? Does it say down there?
Yeah. For Tim, by the way, too, which is cool. That was nice. Yeah, because they'd had different artists try to fill in different issues, if I'm not mistaken, for this one.
Yeah, homaging his style. Yeah. Somewhat. So yeah, it's really
very cool. Hey, it's Hallows Eve.
Another recent one, but I thought it was a really cool cover.
It is a very cool cover.
She's got the powers of the masks. Ooh, she's got Thanos there, Fin Fang Foom.
That's really cool. Pardon me. That's cool. Yeah. Wolfman. Werewolf by Night.
I'm not sure who's the other one there.
So I was trying to see who the artist was.
No.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was a great cover.
Big Night. Oh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, her eye, you know what, Chad, I know what you're talking about. Her eyes, because this eye or this eye, whichever one, looks a little off. I know what you're talking about.
Right.
It is interesting. Like
I think he was trying to capture more of her likeness, kind of though too. So
yeah, yeah, she has kind of an asymmetrical face. Oh, this is great. This is a great book for several reasons. Underappreciated booty cover for one. I'll just throw that out there.
Right.
You could almost say Gigantus cover, but not quite.
Gigantus?
Well, because she's like in the middle ground, so she looks like she's huge.
Right. First appearance of Elsa Bloodstone. Yeah. Kind of a big key.
Yeah.
Super low print run book too. Not highly ordered. So
I have a copy of this. And I really want to find #2 because I like that cover a lot as well, just to kind of keep going on the set. But I have never seen a #2 in the wild for whatever reason. So
now I know something to keep an eye out for you.
Yeah. Very cool. I think that's your last one, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Cool. That's good selection. Good selection. Yes, that's your last one. Okay. And then we have like at the end, we'll have kind of like a bonus round of just kind of honorable mentions, I guess. Bonus. Which actually this first one of mine kind of is an honorable mention because Big B mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely got to show this.
Oh yeah. Dave Stevens.
Yep. Twisted Tales.
I was like, I threw a bunch of Twisted on one of my lists, but I didn't put the Stevens cover on. Making out with the zombie punk.
Yeah, the dead boys. Oh, excuse me. So this starts off my list proper here. I love Trick or Treating covers. I think they're really cool. Can't go wrong with Adam Hughes. And you can't go wrong with having all the different Dark Horse characters of the time. Trick or Treating with the mask on. Love it. So, yeah, that's a good idea. Absolutely, Chad. We 100% should do that.
There you go. What's that zombie doing to
I mean, they do say love is a battlefield, right? So this is Avengers Halloween special. I thought this was just a really cool cover.
That's cool. I'd never seen that cover before.
I'll zoom in on the kids real fast because you kind of see, like, again, it's kind of like a trick-or-treating cover in a way because there's a bunch of trick-or-treaters. And then
I love the look on their faces. That's great.
Yeah. And then you got all like the oops, oh hey, whoa, sorry. But you got all the jack-o'-lanterns with the different characters carved into them. I love like this like angular rain coming down from the moon, almost like a additional sort of source of light, almost in a way. You got the Venom Scarecrow, very cool stuff.
Love it. That's so cool.
This Jeffrey Shaw was the artist on that one.
It's Taskmaster, that one in the foreground, right? Is that who that is?
I thought the Punisher skull.
Is it Punisher?
I mean, it looks like the kind of like iconic like curl skull thing to me.
Yeah, I was thinking was Taskmaster. Taskmaster was one of the. Is he Savage Avengers? He was in there for a while.
Yeah. We talked about it earlier. The Bride cover from Mark Spears Monsters had to make the list on this kind of modern classics.
So good.
This was 100% on the list. The only question for me is which one was I going to put on. Have a good night, Eddie. Thanks for watching along. Looking forward to seeing what your thoughts are on the rest of the lists we show.
Yeah, absolutely.
The nicest guy in the industry, Arthur Seidem. He was nothing but nice to me, but I've heard lots of bad stories.
Right.
But so many great, zombified homage covers. I being an X-Men fan, I love I think it's issue 3 it's either 2 or 3 for the X-Men 1 homage. There's the Hulk 340. I mean, there's just so many, right? Like you pick your favorite Marvel cover, and it's been homage to the Marvel Zombie series, but can't go wrong with that one. Yeah,
love that book when it was coming out. It was amazing. It was kind of groundbreaking.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of zombies, it was hard to pick just one Walking Dead cover, and honestly, like 19 kind of came to mind because it's the armless, jawless walkers with Michonne. But this one, just because, being a dad, all the zombies, Carl surrounded, the wraparound cover has a lot going for it.
That is the time period where they did the first reprint of Walking Dead #1, and it's a bookend to that cover. It's the other side is Rick surrounded.
Oh, right. Yeah, for sure.
So it's Rick and Carl back to back.
Yeah.
Surrounded by zombies.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Had to go. This is a Jeff DeCall, 1 in 25 for Something That's Killing the Children. It was hard to pick. I think I picked 2 Something That's Killing the Children covers. This one I've always thought was rad. This is issue 8. Gorgeous work.
Love that. Got some Spawn. Absolutely.
Yeah. Got some Capullo in here with McFarlane on inks. Spawn 88. Love that cover.
That's great.
I got a bunch of the Spawn covers around this in the collection I picked up. Unfortunately, I didn't have this one, which kind of bummed me out. Just minor kind of bum out, but love that cover.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Had to get some Harley in here. Had to get some Frank Cho in here.
That's right. There we go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That man can do no wrong. Hey, that's the wiener dog from Liberty Meadows.
Oh, that I was trying to figure that out. That makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
The Wiener Dog, he appears all over the place in Frank's stuff.
That's cool. Zek.
Oh, there we go.
Had to get Zek on here. GI Joe 43.
Good
Jeff.
pick.
Yeah.
Good job, man. That's awesome.
Love this cover. And every time this cover comes up, I have to point it out. People always want to know, so is that the character in the comic? No, the artwork like this does not appear anywhere inside the actual comic book. This is just kind of like a metaphor, artistic interpretation of the story inside, basically. But yeah, love that cover. Love pretty much all of Zek's G.I. Joe covers are masterclass. Pretty much all of Zek's covers.
He can do no wrong. I mean,
yeah. Okay, this is my favorite horror cover comic, modern horror. This is Nice House on the Lake #1, Wanted Comics exclusive, I believe, by John Gallagher. I love this set so much that I ordered 2. There's a trade dress, a minimal trade, and a virgin that were available for it. I ordered 2 sets of it at the time. Ended up being like a kind of a classic modern cover already. Looks like just, if you look at it from a glance, it's like, oh, it's a sweet, bathing suit cover. But you really start to kind of dive in and it's just creepy hands.
Schools and everything everywhere. Schools everywhere.
Yeah.
Love it.
So
that's awesome. Very cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about in chat there, buddy, but let us know. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it is pricey. Luckily, I was able to pre-order before it came out because I instantly fell in love with it and how creepy it was. I do like the first volume of this. I haven't continued on with reading any of it, but I am interested to check out the rest of it. I know I need to kind of go back. It's not John Gallagher. I was pretty sure it was Gallagher. I don't know. I thought it was.
I don't know.
Yeah. But fun stuff. Yeah. So we have, we'll just kind of go quicker through some of our bonus books here. We'll get back to some more classics here on Big B's side for sure.
Hey, there's tropes.
So, hey, what's up, Chris? How's it going? Welcome to the show. Hey, no need to apologize for that. We'd love to have you. Lots of people have been in and out. We're talking about our favorite horror, Halloween related covers and comics for that matter. Yeah, so these were just kind of, I confused you. Okay, I don't know.
No, it was another comment that we were confused about.
Oh, yeah. There was this strange one.
So this was an interesting one. I've seen the original art for this. The original art, this is edited down. The original art, there are limbs hanging out of the casket.
So is it cropped basically?
There's like by his leg, there's an arm hanging out of the casket, and so he's going to town, and there was spatter going everywhere, and they toned it down. They must have seen the writing on the wall or something. But is that Johnny Craig again? I'm not sure on that one.
I'm not sure either. But
circle signature. There's like a circle down there on the casket. I'm not sure if that's him. No, it's Jack something. So not Johnny Craig.
Yeah, Jack Denny, maybe Jack.
Denny, yeah.
I'm sure we'll get
Jack Davis. Okay. Jack Davis.
Johnny Craig's bones. Well, that's festive. Hopefully you animate him this time of year and make him draw a bunch of stuff.
But Jack Davis, there we go. So yeah, just a great cover though there too. With the maniacal face and the action. Love that one.
Nice. Man, you hit some great ones on your bonus books here. These are all top notch.
Always reminds me of Alvin and the Chipmunks for some reason. The three guys.
Oh yeah.
It's running It's another Jack Davis. So, yeah. But yeah, it's a
cool,
great cover with the psycho with the knife chasing the kids.
Love it.
Well, I guess I was going on a Jack Davis kick on this one.
I mean, you must have these again. These aren't like ordered out because these are just like extra ones we found. We're gonna go through real fast, but does the front kit have two different colored eyes? Yeah, I think it might just be the print wearing off. Maybe there.
Yeah, it's a great cover. He's got the A on the hat too for Alvin. You know.
Yeah, that's what made me laugh when he said that. It's terrified kids. Yeah,
it's a great cover.
It is great.
There's an upcoming Twisted Tales one in here too that reminds me of that cover. But yeah, I love this cover.
Oh, so Matt says it actually is a riff on Alvin and the Chipmunks. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so wouldn't one of them be wearing glasses then?
Well, I mean, they do look like Simon and Theodore. Yeah, Theodore doesn't have his glasses.
Yeah. They probably fell off during the run. All right, so I've shown that one like 3 times, so we'll try to go through these a little bit quicker. The casket cover, seeing a theme, got a lot of those tonight. So comic trips, I'm kind of like very poorly, loosely, terribly dressed up tonight. I totally forgive you for not realizing that I am, but you know, I am sort of like Wolverine here, and you know, I am.
You take a picture like that.
But yeah, for Halloween I'm going to be Hagrid for my daughter. She's dressing up as Hermione, so when we trick or treat.
Yeah, I love that cover is just so the texturing and everything of that. It's like he says, "What, ghastly Graham Ingalls?" Okay, Graham Ingalls.
Oh, nice.
But beautiful artwork on that one.
Yeah, this Twisted Tales. Yeah, that came across this too. This is definitely
so Richard Corbin artwork there for sure. Love that one.
Yeah, the cigar, Son of Chrome. The cigar is really what sells that.
Totally. I didn't know who was my co-host at the beginning of the show because he didn't have his glasses on. I was like, "Whoa, who are you?" And they put the glass. Oh, hey, Bronze. It's like, you know, the whole Clark Kent Superman thing.
I'm the beard Vereen is kind of the idea here because I'll actually, should I show that picture of me when I was younger when I did the stupid Wolverine Photoshop thing?
You should show that picture. That is a great picture.
I'll try to look that up while you're talking about your next one here.
This is the one that reminds me of that Alvin and the Chipmunks cover, but he's got all the heads tied on his belt and over his shoulder, and he's chasing after him with the axe. The Bernie Wrightson goodness there.
Love it.
Yeah. Another Richard Corbin. Yeah. Richard Corbin, one of the most underrated and greatest artists, you know, just has a very distinct style. But love his stuff.
It's very cool.
I love that cover.
These like deranged, like insane. Oh, you know, he's just on the mantle now. You know, like these covers always disturb me. Love it.
That one, that's one of my favorites right there.
Yeah,
it's just a great cover.
Yeah, good colors.
I was hoping to find some of this stuff when we were digging at Frankenstein.
I know. Yeah, I was definitely like had my eye on horror comics. I didn't really come across a ton, but I was like, yeah, you know, people aren't really bringing that kind of stuff. It feels like, but it was on my mind.
John Bolton. Okay, I love this one. Yeah, they're like kind of like, oh, we're relaxing in the hot tub. He's got the worried look on his face, like, hey, I think we're being cooked.
He's like, this is fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine now. How are you? Um, That's like, is it soup time yet? What's going on here?
Just the look on his face. I love that look on his face. Like, hey,
yeah.
I think we might be in trouble.
Love it. Comic Tropes wanted to know, has a horror comic ever disturbed you after you put it down?
Yeah.
I'd say there's a couple for me, a couple Sandman issues and some of the Walking Dead stuff disturbed me.
Specifically the Michonne revenge issue.
Yep. That's some stuff with the governor and especially that part. Yeah.
Yeah. That one. There's been quite a few where I read them and I'm like, wow, that was good. Wow, that was messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I haven't read it yet, but I've heard. Yeah. I've heard a lot about it.
I picked up a big chunk of that at Frankenstein, and I have a whole bunch if you want to read it, Ross.
Okay. So. I definitely am interested. Trying to think of anything else has disturbed me. Not necessarily horror. There's been some non-horror comics that have disturbed me. Let's put it that way. But they're more like schlock, trying to shock value. Is what I'm trying to say.
I see a lot of Vertigo stuff. Definitely, it's pretty well written, and very the art is just that's so cool. Very 70s.
Going with my bonus books here. I don't know a ton about any of these books per se, but Fernando Fernandez, just thought that was just a spot on, like screams horror when you look at it. Much like She Will Be in a second, it looks like. So we'll go through these a little bit quicker because I know we have been just showing hundreds of covers here. This is part of that Frazetta Duel of the Monsters thing where it's Dracula versus the Wolfman. Very cool art. The other one kind of edged out this one, but this one's really cool too. So
that one's great.
Yeah. Gene Fawcett, Eerie number 8. Also a really cool one. Year on that one is 1958. Just kind of, it's funny because this is a horror comic that I feel, and this is where my lack of knowledge probably shows. I feel like this has been homaged like in like the hero villain style, and yet obviously was originally a horror comic several times, but
there's a cover with Doom that's very similar to that.
Yeah, and I mean, to a lesser extent, you can say like X-Men '94 is a little bit like, a few of those kind of covers are kind of like this. But yeah, so
yeah, it does look like Christopher Lee. Right?
Yeah,
young Christopher Lee.
Yeah, thought that was cool. I love this.
It's a great one.
Yeah, so Creatures on the Loose 31 featuring Man Wolf. He piped down in the back. One more sound out of you, and hey, who, what? Stay back, don't. I just love it. Like they're just about to get messed up, and it's that classic police car look. Love it. So
that's great.
I love this cover. This is a really good one. This is Supernatural Thrillers number 6. Gil Kane cover. Headless Horseman taking, using his own head as a projectile, kind of a Ghost Rider, classic kind of thing going on. It's got so much going on here.
That's great. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Love these bones too.
Yeah. This is Tales from the Crypt. Year on this one was I didn't copy it down, but I know this is actually a Key Books first Al Williamson EC work. So I thought that was kind of cool, and it's just kind of got that dreadful kind of thing going on, but didn't quite make my top 10, but it's still cool. I think it's cool that it's a Key book too. Yeah. Jack Davis.
Feet stuff going on there.
So just another cool one too that didn't quite make it, but especially having seen the Man Wolf cover, it kind of reminded me of this. So
right.
Had to talked about Something's Killing Children. I've always loved the Frizzen Something's Killing Children covers. This one, the red, black, and white kind of version, the black and white, all the gray tone or whatever version. I love all of them. But just this is what actually got me to start reading Something's Killing Children. Is I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I'd seen the mask around. I was kind of late to Something's Killing Children. I'd seen the mask. I was like, it's all right. But then I saw this cover. I was like, yeah, all right, it looks pretty cool. And I checked it out. And I'm still one of my favorite modern series. So,
wow.
So is it like what's the I don't want to say the low water mark, that's not the right term, but you know what I mean. Is it like 4 or 5? What are we talking about? Halloween royalty in the house, actual Dracula, was awesome in so many ways for helping secure a Chip Zdarsky Spider-Man piece for Heroes. So I am eternally grateful to him for that. I need to talk to you about that a little bit more off screen, Dracula, but welcome to the show. Glad to see you. And again, Halloween royalty here on the occasion for our Halloween show. Don't be sorry, man. It was hilarious. Yeah, I was mentioning, all the kind of Halloween special, long Halloween Batman stuff. I knew you were picking the long Halloween cover, so I was like, I'll grab this one. It's kind of the other. Yeah. Like I wonder if I should do that for Halloween. Like do a take on that for one of the jack-o'-lanterns.
I didn't even realize it was a bat for a minute there.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's very much like that's the very homage to that one that you showed earlier, the Wrightson one.
Yeah.
Same perspective with the floorboards and everything.
Yeah, if you had like the hands coming out of the top or something, it would totally sell it. I thought this was neat. Nick Hardy, Witching Hour, just everything waiting behind the doors. Happy Death Day, which the movie Death Day kind of made me think about. It obviously came way after this comic book, but there you go. It's classic.
Very cool.
This is actually, this should be on Big B's list. He was the one who's like, oh yeah, we gotta include that one. You're 100% right. But speaking of Nick Hardy, House of Mystery classic 174.
Yeah, that one is so good. Love that cover.
Yeah. Again, the driving car theme ones, a bunch came up, so I just had to kind of throw this one in here too, with the kind of reflection going on there. But yeah, that's cool. Wally Wood too. Yeah, gotta have some Wally Wood in here. I don't think we really talked about him enough tonight.
Right. Very cool.
Speaking of, it's an alphabetical, I think, for that one. So another Wally Wood cover. Wanted to make sure we had represented him. What if that cover was the middle finger? You know what? Give it a year and that'll be an homage cover that one of these comic book stores does.
There is I don't know if you acted on it or not, but there is a Brave and the Bold that is that cover, but it's turned a little bit and it's Batman with that hand coming on. Batman looks terrified.
Yeah, I looked it up and I didn't grab the cover scan because I had pulled like way too many covers at that point, but I should have. Oh, and then I mentioned Walking Dead 19. So there we go. But I had to pick a couple Walking Dead covers. I just felt obligated considering how much I love so many of those.
That's a great one. That's like her brother and her
boyfriend.
Yeah, brother and boyfriend, right?
Yeah. Spoilers, man. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Another Wally Wood ended up on the list. Had to.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I think, oh man, I kept going. Yeah, so this one's one I shared this one earlier because I pulled this out of a collection I bought. and just snapped a quick photo of it because it's, again, I like the trick-or-treater covers, the cat coming in, it's cute, just everything going on there.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Spawn 323 Bjorn Barron's cover. I love, you got, Captain America, you got Batman, you got Wonder Woman coming up to the clown. Yeah, just great. He's like holding like hearts in his hands and it's just brutal, man.
What does it say? Warning, dangerous demon on premises.
Oh, dang it. I hate if I get too close to the edge, that happens. That's what she said. Dangerous demon, enter your own risk.
Wow.
Violator there. Very cool. Yeah.
So there's like a rib cage there in the fog in the background.
That's and awesome. Then you got the Spawn.
That's so cool.
Not Captain America.
Right. That's so cool. Very nice.
Just so much going on there. Very cool. And then these are Chrissy Zullo covers. I didn't. There's a bunch of great ones. I only pulled out a couple. I think the Batman one's really cool, and I really like the Harley one. I thought that was really sweet. Again, I like the trick or treat kind of stuff. I think it's really fun. Just like I like Christmas covers and 4th of July covers and that kind of stuff too. But just takes you back to being a kid. So,
good job. I love your picks.
Thank you, man. You too. You did a great job picking out some amazing stuff. Folks, if you're just now joining us, like Rude, hey, what's up, Real Rude 6? Thanks for joining the show. If you're just joining us or just now commenting or whatever, we definitely have lots of great covers for you to check out if you want to watch on the rewind. We have, almost 100 vintage, modern, sexy stuff, just the kind of range. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this next year already. Like we're going to do some, maybe some user submissions, pick, kind of different categories, maybe kind of tease it out throughout the whole spooky month. From Mark Buckingham with Snow White, Bigby and the Wolf Pack trick-or-treating as Death and the Endless. Wow, that's cool. Wow. That's cool. Hey, if you send me that tattoo photo, send me a picture of that too. That sounds really awesome. So Chris brings up a great point. When is Heroes for Heroes? Well, let me tell you, it is going to be on November 16th. So it's going to start at currently this might change. It's going to start at noon Pacific. If the donations still kind of start creeping up there, I might move that a little bit earlier. But it is starting at noon, November 16th, which is a Saturday. And we are going to have a community art stream. The date, I'm not going to announce the date yet because I don't want, just in case it changes again. But we're trying to get our artists lined up for that, and our host, which should be pretty fun to announce when I do have time to announce that. In the meantime, before now on November 16th for Heroes, where we support veterans and Mission 22, I do want to remind people, hey, if you want to go out to your employer and get your businesses in your area, ask them if they're willing to donate to a cause like this. Again, we are an official charity partner with Mission 22. When you donate to our campaign page, which I'll paste in the chat again, it is directly to the charity. So it's not like money changing hands or anything like that. It's going directly to Mission 22 to help veterans deal with mental health issues, with PTSD, with the variety of things that veterans have to deal with that are unfortunately debilitating in a lot of cases, and their families too. And they're a very well respected charity. So in the meantime, we are going to have a representative from Mission 22 on, at least one, maybe a couple people next week. Probably a late morning show, and I'll make sure to announce that when it's happening and everything. And then Mark Bagley is going to try to come on between now and Heroes for Heroes to talk about his PC donated and kind of do a little promo for us. That's going to be really fun as well. It'd be nice, to get some of their people involved to do that as well. But we got him committed to trying to do that. So Comic Trip says, I want to draw G.I. Joe Transformers for the event, but I also work on weekends, so I'm trying to plan ahead. Totally understand. I think we already have our winner, but there is still, if you go to my community page on the Bronze Age Nerd YouTube channel, there is a poll. By and large, it's going to be, I think it was Shockwave and Ravage versus...
Ooh,
oh boy! Who is the other two?
Shockwave and Ravage versus Snake Eyes and Timber.
Snake Eyes and Timber. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. Because somebody else said like Tomax and Zama versus like Frenzy and Rumble. Was that the other one? Yeah, I was like, that's a lot. So I hope that's okay for you, Chris. I know that's more characters than you signed on to do. But if that's the winner so far, hey, maybe another one will pull out ahead before you get started. Yeah, so if you're okay with that, if that's too many characters, because I know you just wanted to do like one Joe or one G.I. Joe character and one Transformer character, let us know and we can definitely pare that down. But for those that don't know what we're talking about, Chris is going to do a sketch cover, G.I. Joe Transformer themed sketch cover for the donation for Heroes for Heroes. Yeah, so we have lots of great sketch covers, lots of great original art, lots of great comic books like the piece the comic I showed we got earlier. We got the first Harley Quinn there, along with tons and tons of great comics. We have, Golden Age books and all kinds of fun stuff that everybody's going to love. So I definitely recommend checking out Heroes for Heroes. Link is pasted into the chat. It's also in the description down below. So definitely check that out. Before we do leave, there's a couple things I do want to just kind of remind everybody about. One of which, besides Heroes for Heroes, one of them is that we are just a few subscribers away over on the EXP from that 3,000 mark. If you haven't subscribed to the EXP, I highly recommend it. Another thing too is that we have Castle's Corner is coming back to the EXP. John Spilios is coming back and doing some quick reviews and shorts to the EXP. We're very excited to have him back because he had to step away for a little bit, but he's going to be back doing those, which were really successful, really popular. It's called Castle's Corner, so we're excited to have that back. And last thing I wanted to mention is tomorrow at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, Kicking It with Henri Compen is doing his sales show, so definitely go check that out. Much like Mint Hunter, we talked about him earlier. He does the shows on the EXP. He also does great claim sales. I've bought some signed books from him. I bought a Zek signed book from him. We were talking about Mike Zek earlier. So definitely go check out his shows as well. So I'll draw the three of them hiding in Soundwave's tape deck. And it's a super close up of the tape deck, but the glass is cloudy and you can't see inside very well. Now that is smart. Oh, correction from producer Jay, which gave me the times for this earlier, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. It seemed a little late, but I figured you knew what you were talking about. Just because Chris said that. There we go. Is it going to focus? There we go. So a little Soundwave action for you. So, but yeah, leading into Heroes for Heroes, we definitely want to try to get as many people eyes on this as possible. Like I said, we do have some people that are reaching out to businesses, like their employers, that kind of stuff, because a lot of those companies will do donations. If you need any of the tax info information, hit me up. I can get you that to you, so you can go to your business and say, hey, could we donate to this cause? That would be awesome. I really appreciate people are like Take the Time Collectibles was posting about how great Comics Curing Cancer was, which is an event that I definitely support every year or two. Comics Curing Cancer is C3, run by Rob Fat Stacks and DJ Links and Legion of Comics. And he was posting the stuff. You guys like, hey, that's a great cause. Can we shift over supporting Heroes for Heroes? And I really appreciated that post because that was just really awesome to see is, kind of that same support. They raised a lot of great money for cancer research, which is fantastic. The American Cancer Society is a cause that definitely needs support. I'm really happy that we can get some support for this cause as well. So I appreciate that. Last thing we should probably mention again, because we talked about at the beginning of the show, is Big B has a new initiative over on his channel, which his link is also in the description below, by the way, if you want to get over on the Big B McFly, the comic book guy channel. But Big B, you want to tell us about what you have going on over there?
I'm now monetized, so I have memberships, and I'm going to be kind of doing the same kind of thing that we see every once in a while from Bronze every month, doing some thank yous to people who are members. So
yeah, very cool.
So
definitely consider going and
the membership link is in the community tab on my channel, or almost on every video. It'll ask you if you want to join the channel. So
yeah, highly recommend it. I think for as far as like doing cool promotional kind of stuff and kind of giveaway type stuff, seeing the kind of stuff Big B has and knowing like some of the plans he has for this, I highly recommend going and checking it out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Good stuff.
Donating kisses. Well, I mean, if people want to donate kisses, to me, they have to be run by my wife, the Copper Age Babe, first, but it's something we could definitely talk about. By the way, I had to take off my X over Cyclops because the painter's tape just was not sticking, except to my beard. It sticks to my beard, but yeah, we definitely don't like Cyclops around here because we're Wolverine, bub.
So are we gonna punt the news to next show?
Yeah, I've got it hard out at 10 o'clock here because just life, all that kind of stuff. So I think the news stories we had, there's only a few of them, and we can definitely talk about them next week. Kisses on the – I like that.
There we go.
Yeah. If you want to come kiss a cuddly bearded guy on the forehead, I promise I won't scratch. The stupidest costume ever, but it's all I could do on short notice. I can wear my wizard hat again, which I wore last year. Appreciate everybody stopping in for the show. Hit up all the channels that we talked about earlier. I know it's a lot of cross promotion, but I think they're all great channels that you have content you should go check out. Next Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, we will have another great show for you, lined up with awesome news. We'll probably be able to get back to the community artwork. By the way, if you have community artwork, which means if you have artwork and you're watching this show right now, send it in to us. We'd love to feature it on the show, and we're going to do a competition after Heroes for Heroes, where people are going to vote on some of the submissions we've had from you, the best ones that we picked, and we're going to see who's the ultimate winner and gets a prize pack from the host of the show. We're going to send you some stuff. So free to enter. All you got to do is send us that community artwork and get it in before the end of the year. So,
Jay, where are we at for subs? Did we go up?
We should find out.
Oh, I'm out. Jay is typing right now.
Yeah. There's so many subs now. There was like 18 million subs while you guys were talking.
Right. Well, let's go back over that. So the EXP at the beginning of our show was 10 subs away from 3,000, right?
Yeah.
So we're 5 subs away. If you at the end of the show, if you guys can hop over there and sub up the EXP, the experience, that would be awesome. Get them up over that 3,000 hump, and then they're going to unlock some new content, right?
Yeah. Every time they hit a milestone, you're going to see more and more content come out from them. So I highly recommend it. Sweet. Well, hey, everybody have a good and safe Halloween and spooky season and all that fun stuff. Be safe out there. And we look forward to seeing you on the next show. In the meantime, everybody have a great night. And remember to read comics every day and
share your love of comics with everyone you meet. You never know where it may lead you. Some spooky mansion out in the middle of nowhere, but maybe it has some comics.
Free comics on the side of a van is my nightmare because they'll get me every time. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.